Do you ever feel like your mind says one thing, but then your habits do another? If you're a sensitive, highly intuitive, or neurodivergent person, this might sound painfully familiar. You feel everything deeply, you think things through endlessly, and yet your body and behaviors don't always listen. You want to live aligned and calm, but instead you find yourself overthinking, overwhelmed, or stuck in the same loops. I think the problem is that we've learned to solve everything with our logic. More discipline, more productivity, more pushing through. But if you work only at the level of the conscious mind, which is just 5 to 10% of the whole psyche, you'll always hit the same wall, because the other 90 to 95% lives in the subconscious, which is stored in the body and your nervous system as patterns. And if mind and body aren't integrated, you might know all the right answers, yet live the same old story. But what if integration wasn't just possible, but actually simple, enjoyable, and completely free? Free. What if your mind and your behavior could finally work together instead of pulling you in opposite directions? So in this video, I want to share with you the integration practice that's been completely transforming my life for the past 2 years now, why it matters, and how it can start dissolving patterns you may have believed that you'll be stuck with forever. The 90-10 perspective says this: your thinking mind is just 10% of your total intelligence. The other 90% lives in your body. That's where your emotions, impressions, and automatic behaviors come from. And that's also where your energy, your life force either flows or gets stuck. So integration is the process of bringing the 10% thinking mind and the 90% subconscious mind on the same page. Not by forcing the body to obey the mind, which would be a lost cause, but by creating cooperation and dialogue. Because when the two are split, the conscious sets an intention: I'll stay calm, I'll stop people pleasing, I won't replay that argument in my head. But the subconscious just keeps running its old programs, and then you feel like you're failing, when really what you're doing is you're trying to live in two separate worlds at once. Integration is the work of bringing those two worlds together so you can finally stop trying to do the impossible. I know this because I've lived this. For most of my adult life, I was on a self-help path, and logically, I knew exactly what I should do, but some behaviors just felt impossible to change. I'd ruminate for days over something someone said, or get sucked into other people's drama, or even stir it up myself, even though I knew better. And then I'd feel guilty and ashamed, like I was just not strong enough. And of course, I still have a long way to go. I think this work never ends. By the way, I'd love to hear from you what pattern or habit you've noticed in yourself and would like to change. Please share it in the comments down below. For me, the miracle was that some patterns I thought I would never be able to overcome, they actually started to dissolve over, again, the past 2 years. And the turning point wasn't another mindset trick. It actually happened almost by accident. I started experimenting with spontaneous movement and release through stretching, breath, movement, pressure, shaking, not with a big goal in mind, but because it made me feel calm, peaceful, and free of pain. And then I noticed something incredible. Those patterns I thought were impossible, the overthinking, the drama loops, they just started to fade, not like a magic trick, but they were really changing. Within months of this practice, I began to feel a real inner transformation. I also saw visible results. Physical health issues that hadn't improved with medication or treatments started to go away. If all of this resonates, you might want to check out my video on misfits, where I share a list of mind and body tools to support integration, both in your inner world and in your outer environment. I'll link it in the description down below. Integration changes more than just habits. It shifts how your energy flows. When your conscious and subconscious start working together, you stop fighting yourself. Your nervous system relaxes, your mind clears, your emotions settle, and the things you used to white-knuckle your way through just start to feel natural, almost effortless. That's why integration is the missing piece in almost all personal growth. It's not about trying harder, it's about creating harmony inside yourself. And of course, you can't just think your way into integration. You need to practice it. That's why I share also some of my somatic integration practices, which are not meant for anyone to copy step by step, but they're meant to give you a sense of what integration may look like. It's different from person to person, but I hope it helps you discover your own recipe for integrating the two main parts of your psyche. And if you're ready to go deeper, get on my waitlist for the Clarity Challenge. Free spots are still available. It's a 1-month journey with easy steps, no stress, no overwhelm, to help you unlock your life from within. And if you found this useful, please like the video and subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming ones where I share perspectives, insights, as well as concrete practices. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!